Alright, so this is our project 2 on threads and locks and semaphores. We're going to start off by cleaning, making sure everything's ready to go, and then make test. As you can see, our program passes all of the tests, which means it is ready to go. Now, moving on to our chatbot, let's ensure we have a clean working space. I'll run our chatbot here, and this is another user. I'm going to run something like, hello, hi, how are you? Hello, goodbye. Goodbye finally shows up. Goodbye? What do you mean? Huh?
As you can see, our chatbot is connecting to a server where there is an incoming queue that both clients are retrieving messages from, but I think there is we are running into some type of issue where it's showcasing a quirk where sometimes the message we are sending comes right back to the client that sent the message because the background threads are independent and they are not in any particular scheduled order. So sometimes a message sent from the first client will be pulled right back out by the background thread of that same client. But sometimes the background thread of the other client will pull that message instead. So it is a chatbot, but it is quirky and it has a little bit of an issue with ordering in terms of who is actually drawing the message.
Yeah, so while writing this chatbot, we tried multiple things to try and fix it. We implemented a Boolean variable, switched some true or false statements around to see if that would change our threads. We tried changing our useSleep variable to see if that would change anything, would delay the response in between to ensure that the server was retrieving all of them, but nothing seemed to work in the end. While it is a semi-working chatbot, well, it is a working chatbot, there's just some delays. Seeing what they are is quite the challenge. We have still no idea what it could be. But moving on to the actual applications or programs that make up the chatbot, like the client, request, and queue, we noticed that most of our issues were in our queue.pop as well as our SMQ pusher and puller, as we weren't popping the correct threads or incoming messages correctly, as well as creating requests and deleting them in our SMQ pusher, which were reasons why we were stuck on the port passing.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we figured out was really difficult is understanding exactly which thread is running first, when it's grabbing or accessing certain variables that we need to protect, and why it's so important to know where we need to actually lock or what data we need to lock, and how locks actually will slow down or create more overhead in some of these processes or some of these threads. And I think there's just a lot of cases where threads might not be the most optimal thing to implement because it has a form of unordered scheduling aspect. So we don't know which thread will grab the piece of data that needs to be critically supervised first. So I think that's one of the most difficult things to understand about threads.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think the key takeaway is try not to use them if you can. Here is our program exiting as well as quit. Oops, quit. All right, thank you. That is our project.